My name is Peggy Johnson. I work for the Farmington School District in Farmington, Minnesota. When I started 23 years ago, there was one elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. We've grown to 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and a very large high school. The expansion took us from probably a scenario of maybe 500,000 copies a month in the district to, at this point, we're at about 1.5 million prints per month.
When I first started teaching in Farmington, we were in charge of our own copies. We would go to the office where the copy machines were located, and we'd stand in line for our turn to make a certain number of copies that we needed, usually for that day or the next day. And usually what happened to me when it was my turn, the paper would jam and I'd have to get help from somebody else, and what I thought would take me 20 seconds ended up taking me 20 minutes.
Because school districts are always facing budget constraints, there were some key issues that we were facing at the time that we were looking at our centralized solution. Those issues were costs out of control, no quantifying on our printing. We had to work with the expansion that our district was facing. And above all, we needed to let the teachers do their jobs and teach in the classroom rather than having to work with copiers and hard copy requests.
When the Document Center was opened, I was also leery of that change. It was giving up that control and kind of the fear of the unknown. How is this system going to work?
The teachers are given an allotment for each school year, and that's theirs to use however they need to. Typically in an emergency situation, they need 30 copies real quick and just don't have time to wait for the next delivery. That's what those copies are for. But our teachers have become really efficient at streaming everything to the Document Center, which saves money and saves time for them. At this time, we needed to come up with a solution to enhance our current situation with adding numbers monthly and a lot of overtime. So we went with Advanced Imaging Solutions, who brought in a Konica Minolta solution.
We looked at the way that they were currently doing business and ways to improve efficiencies, cost effectiveness, and so we introduced the Konica Minolta devices that are deployed. There's about 18 of them deployed correctly to the ratio of users and so forth.
When Konica Minolta came in with the solution, they were able to integrate with our current software system, RSA. That was very important to the district, and they were able to do it seamlessly, which meant that the teachers were not disrupted and we were still getting the benefit in the Document Center of having more productivity in the same amount of time. Another important partnership that we had at the time that Konica Minolta came in was with eCopy. And what eCopy is it works with our software QDirect Scan, which is through RSA, and it enables a teacher to bring a hard copy document, say it's a worksheet that they may never use again and don't have it electronically. They're going to come and they're going to scan it to us and submit it through our eCopy QDirect Scan system. And that was also a solution that Konica Minolta was very familiar with and was able to work with and seamlessly transition into that.
I now can, from home or at work, submit the documents I need to be copied. There's tons of choices I can choose from, and my documents arrive back here even before I wanted them to.
And then in the production center, we put the Konica Minolta production devices in with various finishing capabilities that they currently didn't have, which were very labor intensive. So we put in the saddle stitch, booklet maker, the perfect bind, the folding, hole punching inline capabilities, the graphics color.
One thing that saved us a lot of money in the very beginning in overtime was the glue binding option that we took on with the new equipment. We used to comb bind with plastic combs, and we spent hundreds of hours on thousands of books just doing those comb bindings, and the glue binding really took away virtually all of the overtime that was involved in that. In addition to the $26,000 the district saved just moving into a central location, the first year of operating with AIS and Konica Minolta, the district saved $68,000 in printing. Another $50,000 in outsourcing, which we had in excess in previous years, were done now within the district because of the options available on the new equipment. The AIS Konica Minolta team excels in customer service. If we quit functioning, the classrooms quit functioning, and Konica Minolta is there to see that that doesn't happen. From my standpoint as the Document Center manager, when Konica Minolta came in with their solution, we were able to get probably twice the amount of work done in the same amount of time.
I can now focus my energy on my students and my teaching, and Konica Minolta has allowed me to be able to be the best teacher that I can.